Okay, so it was time to finally retire those petunias. They gave me a really good bang for my buck. It was a great show. I'll actually include some footage of exactly how they looked. They were actually a combo petunia that I purchased from Lowe's, so I don't know exactly, the type of petunia or the particular colors each one was. But it was the first time that I ever planted anything that had like a purple shade within my garden space, and I absolutely loved it, and actually influenced the bloomstruck hydrangeas that I planted along the left side of my home. But I decided to go ahead and keep the containers for a cost-effective update of the porch. So I went ahead and just took all of them out. I should have went and got some of my shears to go ahead, or my pruning shears, to cut some of that out to make it a little bit easier. I kind of struggled on the first two, but the third one I went ahead and got those shears, as you see, and made it a little bit easier and cut them back. But once everything was taken out, it was time to go ahead and get it replanted. So I was able to get some help from my little one, my 11-year-old. She came and helped mom replant these containers. This is another cost-effective way. I plan on next year to actually change out. I won't be utilizing those plastic containers, but I probably will use them maybe in the back of the house now that we have our fence installed. But next year I plan on getting some baskets to actually have cocoa liners so I could just use them for years to come. The plastic, I do know that I might be able to get 2 seasons out of them, but I don't really think anything else. So here is the Calibrachoa. I think when you hear me talk a little later on, I said the wrong thing, but they're actually really, really beautiful. I think this is one that's called Busy Bee Pink, and I actually got them from Pike's Nursery. I believe they were $8.99 a piece for the larger ones. They did have smaller that were about $6.49, but I just wanted something that had an immediate look there. And so I'm just using the rest of my Miracle-Gro potting soil. Now you will see that when I'm potting up these containers or baskets, there's not enough soil for them. I think about 2 of them had a decent amount of soil, but the next day I did go ahead and get some more soil and finish planting them up. But I just want to make sure that I let you guys know that I know that I was a little short on soil. I thought I had a little bit more potting soil than I had. I even reached out to some of my neighbors and they had no more potting soil, so I had to wait till the next day to go and actually buy some more. So also within the soil, I'm adding some slow release Miracle-Gro fertilizer, and it says that you only need 1 feed last 6 months, and so far that seems to be holding true, because the container that I planted for my summer container is flourishing. It's doing so well. So I'm putting the Calibrachoa in each of the containers, starting off with this first one, and I thought to give it a nice pop of color to add that chartreuse grain in it, which was the sweet potato vine. Sweet potato vine is very aggressive, so I'm hoping that it does not overtake the pot, because as of right now, the container that's sitting on the porch, it has completely taken over the vinca and the geranium that I had planted within that pot space. So lesson learned, next time around not to plant 2 of those plants. I figured in this container maybe 1 would do, and it would just have like a nice spillover effect on the porch while those baskets are hanging, and might just be a nice visual interest. So hopefully what I'm thinking will actually happen. As of right now, I have been feeding them about every week, but they've only actually been up. This is the 2nd week that they've been up, but as of right now, they're doing well. But it just looks so beautiful planting them up. I think this is something that I really haven't had a chance to plant containers within my garden. I've just been focusing. I know last season I was just planting things within the maple garden bed, which is the very first garden bed in front of my house that you guys see that has my Japanese Bloodgood maple in it, and I nicknamed it the Maple Garden. However, I was only planting plants and I wasn't doing containers. But this year, I have found a passion for containers as well. I think it's easy. I think it adds an instant pop. And so I was like, you know what, instead of trashing those baskets, let me go ahead and make my own basket. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. before we put these beautiful hanging baskets up, let's just recap one more time. So again, I'm using the Sweet Caroline light green sweet potato vine. And also I am utilizing the Calibrachoa, and it's called actually Bumblebee Pink. I thought that was really cute because the pollinators, as I was actually planting them, were visiting. I was like, can you guys please wait until I get done? But I absolutely love that pop of pink with that nice green foliage, and of course the light green from the sweet potato vine. Okay guys, so I hope that you guys enjoyed me planting out my summer baskets. Those other baskets had to go, so it was time for a refresh. I'm complete with the sweet potato vine that I think it's going to be really nice to drape over and add some texture. And then also with and I believe the pink flowers are called Calibrachoa. Don't get me for that one, but I think they're really beautiful. But if you guys saw my summer planter, look at the sweet potato vine has definitely taken over the vinca. You can't even see the geraniums anymore. It's really been thriving. This doesn't really get that much sun, so I can't imagine what it's going to do in the containers, but hopefully the other plant will compete with it. It says that it's really vigorous and it doesn't really need a lot of attention, and one of the reasons why I chose it, I was looking at it online, and it says that it only needs to be fed at least maybe one time every few months, so hopefully it'll be a lot less time consuming as the petunias were. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week to Plant It in This Georgia Clay, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye guys.